Alrighty, welcome to another edition of Achievement College. This is Aussie Gamer 17 and this is my step-by-step guide to getting you that gamer score. Today we are playing Blair Witch and this is going to be my 100% guide to getting all of the achievements. For those that don't know already, we do need to do at least 2 playthroughs, and the way we're going to structure this guide is on the first playthrough we're going to get the bad ending. From what I can tell so far, that is the easier way to get through the game, and that's going to allow us the time and effort to get all of the collectibles. So I'm going to be showing you where all of the victim photographs are, where all of the psychiatrist notes are, where all of the wooden dolls or wooden idols are, where all of the what are they called? The garbage, the trash, where all of that is, and also the section where all of the dog tags are. We'll cover the dog tags collectibles as well. We're going to cover all of the other missable, miscellaneous achievements along the way. Some of them, as many as we can, will be in the first playthrough, and then some of them we have to do in what we call the pacifist playthrough, getting the good ending where we're not allowed to kill any of the monsters, etc, etc. Now, I just want to clear something up for those that already saw a video on this series. I did make a few mistakes in my first video and I really want to apologize for that. I've cleared everything up now. If you're seeing this, it means that I have played all the way through to the end and have confirmed that these achievements work. It may take a couple more days than that original video. Things were a lot more difficult than I had first envisaged. So once again, I do apologize for any inconvenience caused. Let's not wait any longer. Let's do this. Just one thing I want to cover that I actually achieved whilst doing practice runs and the like. You will get an achievement at some point through the first playthrough for walking 100 miles. Don't worry, that achievement will just come from natural progression. I don't believe it would be possible to pass the game without getting that achievement. And a second achievement that I did grab during our practice runs is fast with a flashlight for killing 10 monsters. This is part of getting the bad ending. During the second run, the pacifist run, we will not be killing any monsters, but you will definitely kill well and truly over 10 monsters during the bad ending run that we're going to be showing in the first playthrough. And we're also going to be breaking far more than 10 totems. That's something that comes through natural progression if you're looking for all of the victim photos as well. So you won't see those specific achievements pop on screen for me, as well as a couple of others for first things, but I'll mention them as we go through. Okay, when you first find yourself in control of your character once arriving at the woods, just move forward to the boot of this car, or the trunk, and pick up this note here.
Let's find this kid. He's been through enough already.
And once you put the note away, you need to open the trunk and pick up the walkie-talkie.
Sorry, Anthony. First come, first served.
Alright, now once you've picked up the walkie-talkie, head across to our right, and what you want to look for is this green police car here, and the box in front of the police car, or by the side of the police car, and the photograph on the ground next to the box, and this is going to be Psychiatrist note number 1. There we go. Achievement number 1, counselling. Collect the first psychiatrist's note. And from the location of that first psychiatrist's note, head over to this police car here. Take a quick look at the map. The cup, I'm not sure if that's really important, but while you're doing this, it does trigger Bullet, our trusty pet, to go and grab something. While he's doing that, we're going to grab this note here. It's a missing persons report. Make sure you put that away. You can then, this is just a tutorial where it teaches you to look at it in your bag here. And we've got a few different things. We can put all that away. And now what you want to do is turn around, look at Bullet, and grab our first item of garbage. We do need to collect all of the garbage for the Garbage Man achievement. Is head over to this station wagon here for our first victim photograph on the bonnet. What you Americans would call the hood of the vehicle, or here in Australia, the bonnet, and pick up the first victim photograph. Grab another achievement, Lost in the Woods. Okay, and before moving on in that direction to progress the game, head back over to the sheriff's car We need to pick something up for an achievement later in the game. Grab this note here. But more importantly than that is this photograph here on the visor.
Landing. Lovely woman.
Make sure you pick that up and have a look on the other side for a phone number. That'll be very important later in the game, so more on that later. And that is exactly what we're going to do now. Before heading into the woods, though, I do want to explain, we find ourselves currently in the prologue. We are going to cover the prologue and chapters 1 and chapters 2 in this video. And then from there, we're going to cover, in the second video, we'll cover chapters 2, 3, and 4. Now, what I recommend, in case you do miss something along the way, is there are 5 save slots per file that you play this on. What I recommend is doing a save at the start of chapter 3, and then again a save at the start of chapter 6, chapter 9, chapter 12, and chapter 15. And there are 17 chapters in the game. So if you do that, you're spreading those chapters out, and then we can use those save files to come back for stuff if we've missed stuff later on. That's how I'm going to be doing this walkthrough. I just wanted to explain that before we continue on. And as you head into the forest, we're going to grab our first wooden idol. Pick that up.
What is this?
Grab our next achievement, the idol. Now just play through the game just a short while later. You'll come to this forest and you're going to get prompted
any longer.
to call the sheriff. So make sure you do that.
Ellis to base.
Okay, after calling the sheriff, just follow the path until the game forces you into this bullet tutorial. And he'll lead you right here. And what you want to do here is grab an achievement for petting the dog.
Yeah, good dog.
We're taking a detour. Spencer thinks he saw something. It's probably just a raccoon. But
And there we go.
yeah.
There is the good boy achievement. And from this location where the tutorial brings us, head back to the track where we just came from.
You got anything?
And you'll see a path. It's sort of
Careful there.
a path up to the left up here. You'll see this little
Damn,
yellow
slippery here.
tape there on the tree. Head up past that. And up this ramp here. And we'll grab our next victim photograph.
Another one.
Marius.
Wonder who the...
Okay, from that location with the poster and stuff from the bullet tutorial, head to our right. We're going to start at that location a couple of times. Now, when you get to this fork, this time we're going to go left. We're going to go left again here. Bullet might find this for you. Is that where he's going? No. Heading across down this path.
What's that?
Where has he found it? There he is. Okay. Is the coffee cup. I was just sort of trying to wait for him to find it for us. There we go. Pick up the coffee cup. This is part of the rubbish. Okay, and from the location where we found the coffee cup, which is actually just there. Now, Bullet's already got it, but I want to show you where he got it from. Turn to our left and head up where we can see these yellow things in the trees. And somewhere through here is a campsite. And this is where Bullet will find a sock. And I do believe it's part of the Garbage Man achievement. So let's grab that off Bullet.
Why am I not surprised that this is what you brought?
Now you'll see that achievement popped there, let Bullet bring you 10 things. Now that is of course because I've done practice runs and stuff like that. What I was going to do is cover that later in the guide. There's a specific spot directly after a checkpoint where we get Bullet to bring us something. If you haven't got the 10 items by then, I'm going to show you just to reload that checkpoint, and it doesn't matter if he brings you the same item 10 times. So there's the achievement popping, but the most important thing is that we got the sock, or whatever this is, as part of the garbage collector achievement. Okay, and from this location again, this time we're going to follow the path that we're already on. Head along this way, and when it splits in two, you can go left or right. head to the right, then head to the left. Just ignore that phone message for a second. So right, left, and then right again here. And over here you should find a little dip down to another fork in the road. At this fork in the road, right in the middle of the path, is our next victim photograph. So make sure you pick that up. Okay, with that photograph picked up, we want to make sure we don't ignore the phone messages from our wife, Jess. She may be our wife or our ex-wife. I can neither confirm nor deny. Go into your menu and then to messages. Read the message from Jess.
Well, I did say I'd call.
That's exactly what we want to do. So head back out, go to call history and call Jess. Okay, with that call done to Jess, now we do need to remember to make sure you read every message you get from her, call her every time we get a message. I can't confirm or deny how many times we do or don't have to call her, but it does relate to an achievement later in the game. So I'll show you exactly how many times I read her messages and call her, and as long as you do the same thing, you should pick up the same achievements. I might be doing overkill, but it's really, really hard to confirm it one way or the other. Okay, and from the location of that photo in the same place that we called Jess on the phone, turn to our right. So we came down this little dip there. Turn to your right, ignore Bullet if he's running off that way. And what you want to do is head up here towards this tree. And in the grass or the thick stuff here is a cigarette packet, another rubbish item that we need for the Garbage Man achievement.
No, I doubt it's connected with the case.
And while we're at it, we may as well give our trusty dog a pat. Gonna do this a lot throughout the
Aren't you a
game
handsome boy?
to make sure that we keep up our good relationship with the dog. Alrighty, once again, from the location of the third victim photograph, turn to our left and you should see this dried up riverbed with a little bit of water in it. Head down into that, and when you get to where the water is here, make a left. You might be able to tell Bullet to find it for you. Where is Bullet? Alright, search Bullet, but even if he doesn't, we're just going to head to our left, head past these logs on either side, and you'll see over here a bit of a cave or a bit of an opening over here.
Come here, boy.
Call Bullet over if he hasn't already found it for you. Come on, Bullet. Over you come.
Okay,
Seek. Now, it was a bit of a delay there for me because he'd already done this while I was looking for other collectibles and things. Anyway,
come on, bring it to me, boy.
Hit right trigger and send Bullet in. And he's going to bring us a hat.
Let me see.
Grab it off him.
Hurry. Can you follow the scent?
Alright, so just tap LB, show it to Bullet.
Take a whiff, buddy.
And follow him to where it leads. And you'll know what I mean when you get there. And I'll join you guys there.
Go get it.
Okay, once you've chased Bullet and you've fallen down this hill and you've regained control of your character, for those keeping track at home, this is now the very start of Chapter 2. Now, what you need to do is move around. You'll find that we don't know where Bullet is. You can tap the LB button to call out after him. What's going to happen is, as long as you move around, or the more you move around, you're eventually going to pass out. And we actually want that to happen. If you stay still, you won't pass out. You can actually run absolutely anywhere you want in this area. But what I suggest is staying close to the bottom of this hill so that when we regain consciousness again, I can show you where the next collectible is from here. So just stay on the move around here, and I'll join you guys again once we gain consciousness. Okay guys, here we are, regaining consciousness. Bullet has come and saved us, basically. And as a reward for that, I want to pat him if once it lets me.
Don't leave me like this, okay, buddy? I can't be alone out here.
Alright,
What is it?
there we go.
Did you find something?
Now, we're not going to get to pat him, but we are supposed to follow him.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that for now. I'll just show you, we are at the bottom of the hill that we fell down again. We've found Bullet. Now what you want to do is head this way. So just turn around directly from where we fell. Face the opposite direction. Head into here. Get to this big, I guess, rock or whatever it is. Turn right. Head across here. And at this opening, straight across here, we're going to find the next victim photograph. So pick that up. And while you're here, I want to just show you something. I may have been miscounting them earlier in the video. What we're going to do is go into our backpack and head across 2 photographs. And you'll see there that Peter's photo's the first photograph. That's the one we got off the trunk of the car right at the very start of the game. It wasn't until just now that I noticed that it actually counts as one of the collectibles. And then that's going to be photo 2, photo 3, photo 4, and now we've just picked up photograph number 5. Okay, now from this photograph, we are going to follow our good buddy. Let's give him a pat first.
Aren't you a handsome boy?
Good boy. And now we're going to follow Bullet until he leads us to a campsite. What I'll do is I'll cut the video here and I'll join you guys once we've found the campsite. Just follow Bullet all the way. Okay, on our trip to the camp, we didn't quite get there, but we got the call from Jess. Make sure you answer that call. Okay, here we are, arriving at the campsite. There's a few things that you can interact with here. Do not interact with the video camera yet. Well, technically you can, but you don't need to just yet. And I want to grab the next collectible before we interact with the camera. Interacting with the video camera will take you directly to Chapter 3, and you can still get this collectible, but we're going to grab it right now. So from the video camera, look up the hill and head up here. And you'll see this sort of step section. Once you get here, look out for this rock on our left for our next victim photograph. And this is Hubert. Okay, and from that photograph, we are going to head back down into camp. And I'll just show you a couple of things that we're going to interact with before we move on to Chapter 3. You can look at the tent.
But relatively new. Probably not something a 9-year-old could set up.
You can look at the food.
There's still some leftovers inside. Maybe a few days old.
And as you can see, Bullet is bothering us, wanting us to interact with the video camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here. The next video will start after we interact, or start here, and we'll interact with the video camera, and that will start Chapter 3. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. We are going to get all of the achievements, as I said. I hope you're enjoying it. If it's helpful, remember to give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And there's the bell, guys. You know what that means. Class dismissed.